Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dungeons & Dragons The Second Age. How are you all doing?
Great.
Alrighty.
I'm back from our 1 week break.
Sorry.
Excellent.
Don't apologise, it's fine. Shh.
So,
Don't
Without-
shush me.
without further ado, who wants to go ahead and remind us of exactly what happened the last time we played?
Oh, where did we start off last time? Had we just arrived at the, or were we just setting off?
We're setting up.
Off, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we
Yeah,
kind
we
of
were-
started walking to the place.
Yeah,
To-
so
towards,
the
you
whole-
started
yeah.
walking towards the mountains after consulting with the chromatics at the fortress.
Yes. Because they were very nice and pointed us in the direction of where they thought the dragon was coming from, and we headed down there. And what do we find but a massive canyon in the rock? We're like, a big hole. I wonder what could be in the big hole. And we went, and in the big hole there was another big hole.
Well, no, there was a small hole in the big hole.
Oh yeah, there was a slightly smaller hole in the big hole. It's big to us, but small to a dragon. We were like, maybe that's where the small dragon is coming from. So we set up camp and observed, and sure enough, Arya spots a small dragon squeezing out of the hole, and yeah, small dragon appears, squeezing out of the hole, and takes off. Arya was the only one who saw it, and so we're like, so she tells us, and we're all like, "Yep, this is the dragon hole." And we thought about what to do, and we decided, let's go in the dragon hole and have a poke around. But the dragon had been circling overhead, and so had seen us poking around in its hole. I'm sorry, Jayla, you typed that, and now I'm doing this on purpose.
Luka!
So the dragon came along, and gave us a once over as we moved into its hole. By which I mean it did a frost breath on us because it doesn't like that we're trying to get in there. So we just went in there further. And it didn't follow us because it was a very tight squeeze for the dragon to get into the hole. So yeah, we sneak in through the hole. The dragon doesn't follow us. We go down, and it's very, very dark and icy and absolutely freezing. We poke around a bit. We're having a look around. We see a dragonborn frozen in some ice. We see a big skeleton of a dragon, and that's when we see the actual dragon.
Hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, there was a full-grown dragon that didn't have any wings hanging from the ceiling. And she was mad. She was like, "What the fuck's going on here?" So at which point we engaged in a nice long conversation with the dragon, in which we basically we're trying to be like, "Hey, maybe don't terrify everyone around here." And they were like, "But we're starving," and we went, good point. And we were in this unfortunate situation where we didn't really have any leverage, so we just kind of left. There was lots of in-party arguing. None of us could agree on a plan until eventually Tallithsyr proposed a compromise which we all agreed to, which is that we're going to try and catch the younger dragon separated from its mother, so outside their lair, and negotiate with the smaller dragon specifically. I don't remember exactly what we were going to promise or demand, but we're going to negotiate. We're going to try and negotiate, but we're assuming it'll be like, "No, fuck you." At which point, if it attacks, it's self-defense, and we won't feel bad about murdering it and leaving the mother to starve to death on our own.
Correction, we'll still feel bad, but it's
I will still
at
feel
that
bad.
point
Okay,
we're not
yeah,
the
we
ones
won't-
just going into fucking
Yeah,
stab
we
them.
won't feel as bad because it was self-defense. We'll still feel bad for leaving the mother to starve to death in the hole because she can't get out. But that's fine. That means the problem is dealt with. Yeah.
Good aligned party, everyone.
Good aligned party.
Well,
What else are we supposed to do?
It's your problem, not my problem.
Wow.
Well, actually, it is your problem. You're the one that created it.
Yeah, you create the problem. You fucking fix it.
I think that's how that works.
Fixing
That's
part,
just-
not so much now.
That's just reminded me of that post I put in roleplay general the other day.
So, the 5 of you have just finished taking a long rest.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
make sure my spells are correct.
Oh yes, make sure you all have the things that you need before you start.
Yes. Less support,
Um,
more combat.
So yes, as the 5 of you wake up in the now dissipating Leomund's tiny hut, it is probably but by the time you get to sleep, it is probably now like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. You have slept in quite late. The sun has come up over the peaks of the mountains, and the rain has stopped, at least for the moment. Excuse me. There are still a large number of heavy grey clouds overhead, as is due for the season. But for the moment, it looks like you have some respite, at least for a couple of hours. As it stands, you are probably maybe an hour and a half's walk from getting back to the entrance of the cave, and maybe a good couple of hours from going back to the fortress itself. What do you want to do?
I mean, given what we're about to do, it makes sense if I have mage armor from the start.
You cast mage armor.
I'm just gonna have that
Well,
for the next 8 hours.
Well, it's still quite early now, isn't it? And we aren't expecting them to come out till tonight.
I guess that is true, actually. Yeah.
Well, it depends if your plan was to message them to get them to come out, or whether you were just going to wait for them to come out anyway.
I
Also
think we were
true.
gonna message the little one, right?
Yeah, because I think we decided that considering most of our group does not do so hot, well, not most of us, some of our group does not do so great in dark.
Yeah.
Having light would be. Also, I think Discord is slowly dying for me because I cannot load one of the channels in this server, but it's fine.
Uh-oh.
Oh, rip.
It's fine. It's
But
not
yeah,
the
that is a-
important one right now. So
Yeah,
we
but
don't really want to fight at night.
there's only one problem by if we message them, there's one major problem.
Mm.
They might talk to their parents,
Mhm.
and
That's
we
true.
kind of want to catch them off guard as much as possible in that sense.
I guess there's things we can do to light up the area.
Oh, actually, how far is it to the village that we saved by Griffin,
By Griffin?
or by because it's a Griffin that
Yeah, yeah,
Daemaris had.
I assume you mean by flight rather than by foot.
Yeah.
Well, it was it took you almost a day. Excuse me. It took you almost a day to get from there to the fortress, and then it was like a whole day by the time you got up to the top of the mountain, or the
But we
halfway
were
up the mountain where you
carrying-
are currently.
We're carrying injured
Yeah,
people.
you were carrying injured people and were on foot. So I will say maybe something like 3.5, 4 hours probably if you fly directly there.
like one way. That is
Yes.
So it'd
'Cause
be a
what I'm
full,
thinking
like, 8
is-
hours to go there and back.
because we never collected our light rod.
Oh, the flare gun.
Flare gun.
Mm.
light rod.
Light rod.
Well, the light stick is what we
Yeah.
called it. We do still have a couple of charges, but like if we just shoot that thing into the sky and actually use what it's intended for once,
Yep.
might help.
Mm. That's a good point.
8 hours. I think sun won't be completely down by then. We just need one person to go, I think. Although I
yeah,
guess it would be you, Kelariis, considering.
it will be on the cusp of sunset by the time they get back.
And it leaves like it left like just after sunset last time.
Yeah, it waited until the sun had gone down and it was able to move stealthily.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have anything to do here setting up wise. So I can just fuck off, do that, and y'all can set up some shit, and I'll come back afterwards.
Well, it was also mainly because it's your griffin.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how well it does when you get too far away.
I mean, it follows instructions as best.
I don't think I have a choice.
As long as it understands common, then
Yeah.
anyone could give it instructions in theory. All Kelariis would have to do would say, "Fly to the village and listen to this person."
Well, for safety's sake, we'll just send Kelariis just in case there's any complications with the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
more than happy to go.
Good. I was thinking, whilst Kelariis is heading off, I guess we didn't have anything last time. I was thinking about something to deal with its wings. We still don't think we have gained anything new that might help us in that sense.
What you mean? Try to ground it in some way?
Yeah.
Elizabeth, can't you do the same thing you did with the other dragon that we fought?
What did I do with the other dragon?
Pretty sure you turned into an air elemental or something.
Oh yeah, I summoned an. Oh yeah, I could
Or
summon
summon
an
one of the two.
I could definitely do that. Well, yeah.
Do you have everything you need?
Well, I haven't. I probably should have prepped it.
Never mind.
Well, I think we'll be fine without it, although it would have been convenient. But regardless, if we're gonna negotiate first, it might not.
Might not like there being an elemental right there.
Yeah. Plus, it might take a while.
Okay, so while Kelariis is flying off to the village, if you guys want to prepare, I can take you to the location.
Also, to be fair, there's plenty of things I could turn into that could help.
Although I suppose
Well,
actually you would be on this side now because you're coming from the other direction. So Kelariis is temporarily not here, but the rest of you are free to sort of navigate around and perhaps come up with some ideas.
What side is the hole on?
The hole is basically like here.
Okay. Because
Up to the end of one bits.
because around about midday, it might be a good idea for me to cast alarm on that area.
Okay.
Just so that at least Elizabeth knows for certain when it's poking its head out and getting ready to leave.
I'm just thinking, is there any way that we can try and block it? Can we set up a trap of some kind to shut the hole?
I don't think so.
Yes, but that also kind of defeats the purpose of trying to bargain because we're blocking its only way back in.
Well,
Or
we
do you mean
want,
temporarily block it?
Yeah, you mean what I mean is not even temporarily right now. It's more we have something set up and then we that we can either cut a rope or something along those lines. Although that might also be
A rope is not going to keep a dragon.
I mean,
no, but
no,
it's
I
more
think-
like a rope that holds a rock that then folds. Something
yeah,
along
I
those
think he
lines.
means a way for us to seal the entrance if things go south. In which case, I may have an answer.
That would be convenient.
Prismatic wall, would that do for you?
How long does it last?
10 minutes.
It's not long, but that will at least the dragon won't just fly back in.
Yeah.
That will do. That will give us at least 10 minutes to actually engage the dragon.
And if it does decide to try and dive in anyway, it's gonna get pretty fucked up.
Oh, let's.
Also, it actually sheds a buttload of light as well. Yeah, it's a massive source of light.
Oh, just make sure that you're in
100
range.
feet of bright, 100 feet of bright light, and 100 feet of dim light.
That is quite bright. But yeah, just
So
make
if
sure
it-
that
so
you're
if
in
I put it across
range.
the entrance, yeah, all of that is now bright light.
No, that will do. That will
But
do.
yeah, I'll make sure I can quickly get into range.
I just realized actually this canyon is like way longer than it should be, but that's fine.
It's fine. Oh yeah, it's like well over 200 feet.
Yeah, it's like way longer than it should have
So,
been.
yeah,
That's fine.
It's nearly 250 feet long.
That's because I screwed up doing my
It's fine.
doing the maths on it. Never mind.
It's fine.
Oh, like we just eyeballed it really badly.
Yeah.
Well, actually, hang on. Let me fix it.
It's just gonna crop the map.
I'm gonna crop the map to.
Although, do you really want to do that?
Nope.
Considering you're probably going to need the room if the fight breaks out.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
So,
you've already
I
done
think-
it now.
Well, I can
Okay.
fix. I can just put it back.
Yeah, true.
But yeah.
I mean, if the ravine canyon thing is not actually that big, you could just like fill it in with something. We'll just know it's like flat ground, I guess.
Yeah, hang on. Let's. I'll just draw over it very briefly.
Sorry, we're gonna ruin your beautiful map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
It looks so nice.
It's a very nice.
And then squares, the old squares.
Good old
Uh,
squares.
Oh,
It's beautiful.
That's a
big
bigger
old
square than I
square.
thought.
yeah, that's more like it.
Okay.
So this
Oh,
bit
that-
is just like flat ground now. This whole bit,
Yeah,
well, mostly flat, walkable.
it's walkable.
navigable.
Yeah.
Easily navigable.
Well,
I mean, I'm currently contemplating using this spell that I've never used before.
Which one?
It's Wrath of Nature.
What
What's
does it do?
that?
Call out to the spirits of nature to rouse them against your enemies. Choose a point you can see within range. The spirits cause trees, rocks, and grasses in a 60-foot cube centered on the point to become animated until the spell ends.
Ooh,
Grasses
that could
and
be cool.
undergrowth in any area of ground in the cube that is covered by grass or underground is difficult terrain for your enemies. Trees, at the start of your turn, each of your enemies within 10 feet of any tree in the cube must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 4d6 slashing damage from whipping branches. Roots and vines at the end of each of your turn. Any creature of your choice that is on the ground in the cube must succeed in a strength saving throw or become a strain until the spell ends. Rocks, as a bonus action on your turn, you can cause loose rocks in the cube to launch at any creature you see in the cube.
So if we can get the dragon into like here, that's fucking amazing.
yeah, but like, how much is it actually going to be on the ground or near the trees? Like that's like it's a great spell, but I think the dragon is kind of
The only thing I'm trying to I'm not trying to hurt the dragon. I just want it to like be like, oh shit, these people can like control nature.
Oh,
Yeah.
you want to see as an intimidation
Oh.
thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna hurt the dragon that much, but I want it to look at me controlling literally the land around
Yeah.
it and realize what's
No.
going on.
Like in that case, I guess you could you could definitely show off like that.
Yeah,
Arya the Lorax.
and I can do the
I
weather.
speak for the trees, bitch.
I can do the weather. So that means between the two of us, we've got the land and the sky under our control. That's like everything out here.
Yeah.
Wait, do we have the sky under control?
Yeah, I can control the weather.
Oh, okay. That, I was thinking like of a way to keep them like grounded to some sense.
Okay, so
yeah.
are you doing any other kinds of preparation, or are you just sort of dawdling about?
I suppose that is something I could do if you wanted. Like, if you wanted me to control the weather, I could make it such high winds that it can't fly safely.
True.
Potentially.
That might impact
like,
us too.
Yeah, probably.
We need to keep in mind that if we do that kind of thing, it might also just fly off.
Yeah. I feel like the best thing to do would be to make it nice and clear so that we get as much moonlight as possible.
Oh wait, we should also the peaceful because we've been focusing on the killing terms, but yeah, the peaceful terms were like it leaves the area alone, right? And then we kind of needed to come with us to prove that everything's all right.
Oh yes, you wanted to use it to prove to the fortress that you have defeated, quote unquote, defeated the dragon.
Mm.
Yeah.
Again,
It's
I'm
like-
not trying to kill the dragon. I just wanted to.
No, I understand that, but like I also realize that like we need to make sure that our peaceful terms are clear.
Yeah.
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 Because it's like we want peace and says, okay, what do you want? And we're like, peace?
Peace in our time.
Peace in our time, yeah. We wanted to sign a bit of paper saying it won't take over the rest of Czechoslovakia. And wait, hang on.
Yep.
No, stop! You're not supposed to take over the world.
Francis, how about I do anyway?
Okay. So, are you doing any other form of like physical preparation, buffing, etc. right now?
Guess we're just waiting for Kelariis to come back.
Okay. In that case,
Unless you have any traps you want to set up.
I mean, yeah, like midday, mid-afternoon, I'll probably set the alarm.
okay.
I mean, I could set traps, but I don't think any of my traps are going to work against a dragon.
Because isn't the only thing you have basically a bear trap?
Yeah, I don't know how effective.
I mean, you could
that
really fuck up one of its
would
toes.
be.
Yeah.
A single toe.
A single.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it'd be fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, that would really hurt to walk on.
Yeah, imagine fighting 4 like really tiny people after just stubbing your pinky toe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
I just realized that's what we do to Riven now.
Yep.
That's how we fuck up Riven.
Yep.
Oh.
Also, that's how you do, what's it? The Imprisoned from Legend of Zelda.
Yep.
Yep.
Hot.
That's literally
You
how
just
you
fuck
do
up
it.
all his toes.
And then he's like, "Ow, that's my toe."
And then he just, like, falls over.
But yeah.
One day
They
we
do
will
the
do
same
Riven
thing
legit. One day.
One day.
One day we will solve all of the puzzles and shoot all of the eyes. But it is not this day.
But until then, we're just gonna shoot grenades in his mouth and hope for the best.
No, we don't do grenades anymore because grenades
It's-
are
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
shit.
Sword.
Because
Sword his
Jake was
foot.
wrong again.
Sword his hand. Sword his hand.
Yeah, no. God, sorry, this is a quick sidebar. We did we did Last Wish the other weekend again, and for a second we were like, yeah, we're gonna do Riven legit, and then we got to her, we were like, nah. But also, I never stopped giving Jake shit for the fucking vault. I will never let him live that
Yeah.
down.
Good.
I still give him shit all the time for Vault, but yes.
Good. As you should. I endorse giving Jake shit for vault. I'm still mad about that to this day.
How do you
Episode of
get it
Dungeons and
so
Dragons.
wrong? You made the encounter harder.
This
Anyway,
episode of Dungeons and Dragons: The Second Age is sponsored by Destiny 2.
God, I
God
wish.
only.
brought to you by Jake's inability to convey simple mechanics.
No, he had the mechanic completely wrong. I figured it out, and he's like, "No, that's wrong." And I was like, "Okay, fuck you then." And it was right. I was right.
Nice.
Anyway,
Oh, well.
Kelariis.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no longer rain. I can get rid of the rain.
Kelariis. Everyone's dead.
Oh God.
Kelariis, you return after a long time traveling to Nyxes village. Why is this not getting rid of the discoloration? Oh well, never mind. It's because I had a window open still. So, yeah, you return to Nyxes village aboard your griffin, as yet unnamed.
Fuck. I forgot.
You approach, sort of set down in the center, and are immediately sort of there's like a tentative moment where nobody sort of moves in the square except like until like a few moments have passed, and then like heads begin to sort of peek out and slowly approach. As Creve, like being still serving as the makeshift leader of the group, sort of approaches you. He just sort of like looks at you with like a concerned look on his face and just says, "Kelariis, you're back so soon. Is everything all right?"
Yes. We are preparing to hopefully deal with the dragon that has been seen, but I was sent back to ask for our what did we call it? The light stick? We didn't call it
Yeah.
a flare gun.
It's called light stick.
Okay. For the light stick that Grim lent you back, we might have need of it tonight.
He sort of like fumbles around and says, "Oh, of course." Sort of like withdraws it from a pouch, like tentatively, sort of like hands it over and sort of says, "Might I ask what exactly it is you have planned?"
Our hope is negotiation. But in the event that things do not go as amicably, we are prepared to fight.
He looks at you long for a moment and just sort of says, "That I don't really know what to say to that."
You just kind of give like a small smile and just, to be honest, the situation's a bit different than what we were expecting when we headed out there, but one way or another, we're going to find a way to handle it. Have you all been alright since we left? No, it's not been very long, but...
He sort of turns back and gestures towards like the other faces who are sort of like peeking out and sort of says, "Well, yeah, as you say, it's not been such a long time. I mean, we weren't expecting to see you at least for a couple of days. But yeah, everyone's fine. We're half in the process of thinking what's best to be rebuilt and what we can try and salvage from the rest of the town, but we haven't exactly got very far yet."
Understood.
There's a lot to be done, and well, let's just say spirits aren't exactly at their peak right now.
Understandably so.
I have every confidence that we'll get everything together, but I think at the moment it's just sort of a case of letting everyone come to terms.
I think that's probably the best thing you can do right now. Rushing it won't help at all, and taking care of yourselves is important to be able to continue on. If I'm able to, once we've dealt with the situation, I'd like to come back and help out, if you would accept that.
I think, yeah, like he looks at you like very stoically for a moment and just like puts a hand on your arm and just says, "We'd be happy to have you back, regardless of what happens."
then I will do my very best to come back and do what I can to help.
If we all know someone else, I'll be very happy to see you again.
Shush.
Ew.
Yeah, I think yeah. Like with that, he smiles, like slaps you lightly on the arm and says, "Just make sure Tallithsyr is all right, okay?"
I promise that is one of my highest priorities.
He nods and smiles and says, "Never doubted it."
Take care of yourselves. We'll likely stop back as a group before figuring out where we go from here, but take care until then.
Good luck and stay safe.
You as well. I guess I swing back up on the
Yeah.
griffin.
Swing back up on the
Head
griffin, like take off. And yeah, you begin your journey back. Can you roll me some dice?
Sure.
What is the best way to do this? I guess, can you give me a survival roll?
Yeah.
The uncertainty.
Mm,
Yeah, sure.
I-
why not? Yeah.
Nope. I cannot,
Oh.
actually.
You lose the mountain.
But where are my dice? There are my
There's
dice.
so many mountains here. You're just like, where the fuck is the mountain that I want?
I mean,
How
we're
many
just
people?
on the mountain at this point, but like... Fuck, here's my...
I mean, how many people do you reckon have like climbed the wrong mountain? Like they go to climb Mount Everest and they just climb some random other mountain in the Himalayas.
I feel like that's less of an issue now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because you double check and there's like basically like road signs at this point.
Yeah, true.
Not that it's an easy climb, but it's
See,
definitely
I
guided.
almost... Ferrous, when you asked me to survival check, I was just like, I'm good at survival, and I was like, no, that's my other character, fuck.
Yep.
No.
Okay. So we will go back to the others.
I am scared. I don't like that.
Okay.
I think Kelariis is gonna be late, guys.
So yeah, as the evening begins to roll around, the rest of you have finished doing your preparations, and you are waiting on Kelariis as the sun begins to go down, and you're waiting.
I've still set the alarm for it to.
You have set the alarm,
Yeah.
yes.
It's gonna be I set it for a mental ping. I'll point out as well. I don't want it to make a noise because the
Okay.
dragon will hear it as well and freak out.
Okay. So yeah, it is rapidly getting darker and darker, and Kelariis has not turned up yet.
Uh-oh.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Probably at this point, Tallithsyr is becoming visibly anxious. Like she is pacing back and forth and looks frustrated.
I guess seeing that, Elizabeth will like head over and just be like, it'll be all right. It's Kelariis. She'll be fine. And the dragon hasn't left yet, so she's by far the biggest, scariest thing in the sky. Nothing's gonna mess with her.
Tallithsyr like looks at you just sort of nice and says, I know, it's just without Kelariis, who's gonna lead this? Like, she's the best person I know for doing things like this.
Grim in the background, like, hey.
Grim's like, it's my time.
We just hear Grim in the back
It's
go,
fine.
hey, come on, I'm walking here.
Oh.
Yeah, Elizabeth would would try to give a comforting smile and just say, well, Grim's definitely capable of holding the line at least, and well, he's got the Red King's treachery. I know you haven't seen it work, but it sure does a number on dragons. We'll be fine. At the very least, we'll be able to hold out long enough for Kelariis to show up. Without an issue.
I really want this thing to go any way other than killing.
Yeah.
I feel you. Me and
Yeah.
Tallithsyr. Fist bump.
Same though.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like that's what we've been working towards all this time. But yeah.
I think at that Elizabeth would just like cross her fingers and hold them up so the Cirrus can see. Just like, fingers crossed. Like, doesn't say anything, just like, yeah.
She just like sort of regards like you with holding, like crossing the fingers and smiling, and she just sort of says, "I appreciate the gesture, but I've never really been one to hang things on luck."
No, but it's not a bad thing to have. Besides, we do have a lot more than luck on our side.
Yeah, I think she like thinks about that for a moment, and then just like sort of looks around and says, "It's getting dark. We really should get into position."
Oh,
Is
I
this
guess
like a
if
tree
it's-
or a fern?
They are small, like wide-leafed trees.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have a wide selection of tropical trees, so you've got like palm trees and big trees, and that's it.
Yeah, checks out.
You know, the two type of tropical tree.
Yeah,
Big
like
tree. Small
palm and
tree.
big.
But yeah, as if it's getting to the point where it's getting longer than expected for Kelariis,
Yes.
I guess well, like I guess it is already there, but like after a bit of extra time, I'd probably walk up to Elizabeth, ask if Elizabeth, could you check in, see how far she's along?
Can do, yeah. And yeah, with that, Elizabeth's gonna cast sending.
Okay.
Just say to Kelariis, everything okay? You have any idea how much longer you'll be?
Okay. Kelariis, you receive this message. You are currently like circling the mountain on your griffin, unable to find this canyon in the half dark amongst the thick trees.
Ah, yes, perfect. Currently having trouble finding the canyon again. It's a bit dark. Darker than expected.
Yeah, okay. Hearing that, then Elizabeth would just look to Grim and just say, I guess, yeah. Trying to find a canyon through the trees in the dark, not easy.
Well, I guess there's no reason why we have to be stealthy. We're gonna announce our presence, so we
No,
could
she's
go
not-
with a good old smoke column. Just smoke, fire, and light.
What, just said Kelariis knows where we are?
Like you can see those
with
from
how
miles away.
with how quickly it's becoming dark, the smoke might not necessarily be as helpful, but the light definitely will.
I mean, yeah, we can set a campfire.
Well, depending on if there's the phase of the moon, it might be visible or not.
Also, like, it'd be nice to have some light anyway.
Yeah, like I said, we're not hiding. Not yet.
I'll get a fire started then. And yeah, I'd like to start a fire.
Well,
A
I
little
guess-
campfire.
yeah, that's fine. Actually, before you go off and do that, I'm just gonna just take out the Red King and light it up because it's
Okay.
got it's 40/40, I believe. It's like
Yeah,
incredibly bright.
it's brighter than a regular torch. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's 40 bright and then 40 dim on top.
Okay. So you ignite the Red King and the light sort of like beacons out.
And then like he asks if she can see this.
Sure, Kelariis, give me a perception check.
Sure.
I won't make you roll at a disadvantage just yet.
Okay. I do have a question. Will my griffin also be able to make a look? Because
Sure.
he can see a little better than I can.
Sure.
He has good eyesight.
I will allow it, as it is a intelligent mount.
He's smart.
Fuck me.
Oh,
Oh.
It's fine. Oh, my sheet broke. What the fuck happened?
I actually believe like the paladin mount, if it's a dumb mount, actually gets smarter if you summon it as a paladin.
It does get more intelligent, yes.
Amazing. I'm going to assume that will be an advantage then. Because does it auto roll an advantage? I can't remember.
If it's a monster sheet, yes, it does.
Yeah, because like griffins have the keen sight thing.
They do.
Lying on
but-
sight.
There you go.
Okay.
shit.
My griffin can see because I can't.
Good.
That's why I
Okay.
chose a griffin, guys.
I chose
Cool.
a griffin because it can see.
No, I chose a griffin because it's cool and it can fly.
Yeah. I mean, you could have got a Pegasus.
Yeah, but griffin is
Griffin's
more
so cool.
like
Yeah.
Griffin's more like in the theme for Kelariis.
Yeah, Griffin suits you better.
Yeah, so Grim, you light the beacon up. Elizabeth, presumably you message out again and ask Kelariis if she can see it.
If Grim wants me to, yes.
Oh yeah, that's what I asked.
Yeah,
Like
Then,
just
then
before
yeah.
you head off for the fire.
Then yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Kelariis, you can't see anything.
Fuck.
So how do you reply?
Can't see shit.
Yeah, I would assume that the trees are still too thick or I'm too far. Can't
Okay.
see anything.
About halfway through your mental message to Elizabeth, the griffin drops out of the sky.
Oh my god.
Very,
Yeah, alright.
very
Valid.
Valid.
I'm gonna come
Like-
with a name.
And yeah, it basically like it drops straight down. And it takes like a great deal of your strength to sort of just like grip onto the feathers as it like comes down and levels out. And Grim, like Elizabeth finishes like the message and like goes to like shake her head, as if to say no. When basically like wing beats like part the trees above your head and like instinctively like you almost begin to like throw yourself to the ground and like roll away from the thing that's like descending down on top of you. As just the griffin just like pulls back and lands within a few feet of you.
Well, I guess Kelariis couldn't see, but the Griffin could.
Yeah. Well,
Turns out griffins have better vision than I do. I'm not surprised. I just kind of like pat it on the side of the neck.
Good magical griffin.
I know.
Also,
It-
also like
It like turns its head like towards you and then just slowly nods.
Yeah, alright. Fair.
would you
Wow.
would you say it's a bro?
One could say that.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
Bro, not the Griffin.
oh.
Speaking of nodding, Elizabeth probably looks at Tallithsyr and then just nods towards Kelariis, like, assuming that they might want to have some sort of exchange.
Sarah looks relieved
Sarah
that
looks
Kelariis has
relieved.
arrived, but just doesn't say anything.
But yeah, well, now that Kelariis has arrived, everybody, let's make this this fire and let's make it big. Just so it is what's it called? Or just more notable.
Basically, you want a bonfire, not a campfire.
Yeah, closer to a bonfire.
It's been a while since I've done a proper bonfire. And Elizabeth's gonna wander off looking for sticks.
Okay.
Firewood.
Well, I've assumed that you've been prepping
Well-
this the whole time, if this has been Grim's plan.
Well,
but
Yeah.
Well, like I guess I may have realized it's a little on the later side, but But yeah, like the idea is because we're not gonna be stealthy.
Yeah. Well, you were still milling around for like 8 hours.
Yeah,
so
I guess that's true.
Yeah. Start the bonfire.
okay. So where do you want this bonfire?
Shall we just make it right around where we're standing now? So we have
Where you're
like
standing now.
here-ish,
Okay.
like maybe what will we say, 30 feet from the edge, just because. Yeah,
Okay.
let's do 30 from the edge. 'Cause you don't want a bonfire near the like right next to the.
You don't want it right next to trees now.
Well, it's like I was also thinking the canyon
Well, yeah.
because we were going to be near the bonfire,
We don't want it right next to the canyon, but we don't want it near the trees.
and then there will be
So-
this area for the dragon to sit, like comfortably.
Right, does anyone have a guy?
A guy?
That's not a thing in this universe.
Damn it! It's okay, I was just making a British reference.
I see.
Okay.
Because we make a bonfire, and then we take a guy made of, like, a football head and stuffed with straw,
Yeah.
and then we stick him on the bonfire
We burn an effigy of a known terrorist.
to celebrate the time that our royal family was nearly exploded by Catholic terrorists.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why do we still celebrate this? Beats me.
I was gonna say, pretty weird thing to celebrate.
Yep.
Like secretly, they just want to be free.
Like we celebrate the like tea party, but we don't have like a fireworks celebration now, so that was good for us. So
Yeah.
who knows?
Well, technically it was good for us because they didn't succeed in blowing up the king.
All right.
Yeah, right. Fair enough.
Admittedly, they also didn't succeed because they were fucking idiots. And one of them literally wrote a letter to his friend in Parliament saying, by the way, don't be here on this date because we're going to blow it up.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Somehow that square is super ominous now.
Yeah. There's a whole booming in the distance.
Bwomp.
Okay, so wait, hold on. I as a player need the refresher of how we're bargaining because it's been a hot second and my brain is working at like half capacity right now.
Yeah, like I'm also like only half remember. I'm desperately trying to remember what we agreed upon exactly.
We're saying you stay out of the like people's way, and we'll keep them from killing you. Is essentially what we're saying to this guy.
Leave the people
Right.
alone. Kill the animals, not the people.
Well, but also because I remember being told I should be summoning food at some point to prove that I can do some shit.
Yeah, you can also summon food.
Oh yeah, like as a
We're gonna, yeah,
As
oh
a
yeah, 'cause
show
we're
of
gonna,
as a show of power and also good faith, right?
something
yeah.
along those lines.
We're gonna be
Something
like-
of a mix of those two things.
also a slight bribe, maybe. Don't attack the other humanoids. Here, have food.
And also we need this dragon to come back with us to the fort. Or
Which is
provide us with something. Right?
yeah, but like I don't feel like it's gonna want to share scale or a nail or
I mean if it's like shed a scale or something. I mean the fort
Yeah,
the
but,
people
like-
at the fort probably wouldn't take that, honestly.
yeah, but I feel like that's a bit of a low bar.
But... Mhm. Okay.
But yeah. I think the main thing we didn't really discuss too much is why on earth would it listen?
We're gonna intimidate it.
Yeah, that's why we're gonna be like, why are you gonna listen to us? Because we're fucking mega powerful, that's why.
Yeah, but
We're
like
gonna say if you don't listen to us, we will hurt you.
I think we should come from a slightly different angle.
Yeah, but that's what that was the whole point of like prepping things that are like ready for a show of force.
Yeah, but like you know, like we start nice, then if it seems to fail, we go to intimidation, and then it's combat. You know, it's like
Well,
it's
yeah. Well, yeah,
because-
it's not nice.
but
Well,
like
yeah.
I think the first kind of well, basically we're gonna have to be. It has to be something along the lines of, well, we're gonna have to, like, if things aren't safe, we're gonna have to close the cave, and well, you know what will happen if we close the cave, kind of thing. So hopefully we can come to an understanding.
Okay. So yeah, as darkness well and truly falls, Elizabeth, are you messaging them first, or messaging the dragon first, or are you waiting until you hear the alarm before you do that?
I guess, yeah, we're waiting for it to go outside.
Okay. So in that case, you wait about an hour after it turns dark, and there is still no sign of the alarm.
In that case,
So
yeah,
we
Elizabeth
find
would,
out they have another exit.
I mean, yeah, I guess at this point Elizabeth turns to the group and just says, "This is weird. The alarm's still not been tripped. It should cover the entire exit, so..."
I mean, we didn't exactly go back after we said we'd have a chat.
Yeah.
True. I guess they're waiting on us?
I mean, I can only imagine that at the very least they're wary of coming back out, if not just waiting.
Well, it just, I guess, try and contact them.
Are you sure?
Just ask if are you out and about. We wanted to ask you a few things. We'll be where we met outside.
I mean,
Or
if you're sure-
maybe in less words, but yeah, that's what it comes down to.
if you're sure you don't want to wait any longer.
Well, we can give it another hour or so.
You want to wait another hour?
Like, unless somebody else objects.
No.
Okay. Another 45 minutes pass before Elizabeth, you hear the sound of the alarm being triggered in the back of your mind.
Hearing that, Elizabeth, like, I mean, she probably like raises a hand to get everyone's attention and then points towards the cave entrance because she doesn't want to say anything. Because again, in case it hears, because we want it to come out.
Okay, you're just waiting there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was just like I had the alarm there so that we could be ready, so that we knew it was about to emerge, rather than just having to sit and wait and like look for, oh, when is it going to show up? Now we know at some point it's coming up out of this canyon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean to do that. I want to clear that. Wow. Okay, that's terrible. So as you are all sitting by this bonfire, like keeping watch on the cave entrance, you watch as the scrawny, slender figure of Khainnos Moonshadow, the white dragon, slinks out of the hole and creeps very slowly up the opposite side of the canyon. It is quite clearly trying to sneak, like, out of the canyon and get away without being detected. In that it is not coming directly to you, it is attempting to sneak past your encampment. But on the opposite side, like up here.
Okay, so we have actually visual confirmation then.
Yeah, it's on the very dim edge of your torchlight, but you can see it. It failed its stealth check by more than your passive perceptions. So
It's-
more,
Damn.
more than
That's
all of your
horrendous.
passive perceptions.
Yeah.
That's.
Wow. That's
What?
really bad.
Wow.
I'm surprised that's even possible.
Yeah, 'cause it means it rolled
For a
less than a
dragon.
9.
Yep,
But it's fine.
it rolled 8.
Oh no.
Sucks to suck,
I
dragon.
guess. I guess I'll just shout out loud, or in a well, just with a raised voice.
You call out, yeah.
Yeah, call out with a raised voice. Could we offer you some food in exchange for a talk?
The dragon redoubles its speed, scuttles up onto the side, but turns to face you across the canyon, and just watches you for a moment in the periphery of your weapon light. I can probably actually just place the dragon.
Also, sorry, I realized I meant to move my griffin to not be at the edge, to be
Yeah,
over here.
That's fine.
But yeah.
He's there. I think you should just be able to see him.
I can see the corner.
Oh, yeah, same.
I will not be holding out my weapon during this because that feels a little.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming you have it lit, but you're just not brandishing it.
Holding it loosely to one side.
Yeah, that will do for now. Kelariis, could you do your food thing?
Yes. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will cast Create Food and Water.
What is the cast time of Create Food and Water?
I believe it is just an action. It is an action.
It is an action. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I guess
So you begin to cast the spell, and the dragon visibly sort of holds itself in a ready position.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But your spell finishes, and you create food and drink.
Yeah, I will place it. I think I can do it within 30 feet of me, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so I'll do it I don't know, here-ish.
Okay, yeah.
So it's
So
not right in front next to us, but
cool. I'll just create a. There.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dinner.
So he regards that for a moment, stalks back and forth for a second, just staying in the periphery of your torchlight or your firelight. Before tentatively stepping forward, skipping into the air, landing on the other side, with the food between you and him. And he just sort of leers at you through the light from the bonfire, and says in a low voice, "So, I thought when you'd crawled away into whatever hole you'd found that you would not be coming back. Instead, you camp outside our cave and attempt to engage in diplomacy. What is your goal here?"
Well, our goal is still mostly what it was before. However, the circumstances have changed slightly. The truth is, people are most likely not going to be happy knowing that there's a big dragon down below, which we haven't told anyone, so don't worry about that yet. The problem is, however, they do know of your existence, and they do want it dealt with in some way, shape, or form. The truth is, we want a peaceful resolution. We're not sure how to do it yet. But for now, all it would take is for you to join us on a little trip at some point tomorrow, or during the day, and then you'd be allowed to go back, assuming that you just stick to hunting animals and that kind of stuff. But there will be a large group of people heading through the canyon afterwards. That won't. Well, they will most likely be during the day, so you won't notice too much. But the problem is, if we can't come to an agreement, then there is only one option, and that is closing the hole. However, as you might imagine, closing the hole would lead to trouble for, you and your family.
He pulls back up onto his sits back on his haunches and cocks his head to one side in sort of like it's a look of animalistic curiosity, but also sort of there's a bemused curiosity about it. And he sort of regards you and sort of says, "So, let me get this completely clear. You're making an ultimatum. You want us to remain in our hunting grounds but relinquish control in exchange for what exactly? I fail to see why I should indulge your requests when I don't see what we're getting."
Well, for starters, you're getting peace, and that is basically that is all both sides get. Peace for peace.
And you can remain in your hunting grounds. There are a lot of alternatives, or there are alternatives that do not end that way.
He looks down at you, Kelariis, and just sort of says, "My family are the masters of this hunting ground. Mother will not easily relinquish that which is hers by right. Make no mistake."
Yes,
I
but
do
your
not
mother.
think your mother has the same hold that she once had here. And again, we're not asking you to relinquish it, we're asking you not to hurt the people who live here.
Put simply, there's a group that we are trying to take to safety, but with you prowling the skies at night, they do not feel safe traversing the mountains.
As they should not.
So what we ask is that we leave you alone, you leave them alone.
Besides, by allowing peace, one does not relinquish your power. Peace is an option that is independent of any control.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Can we assist? Or I guess that's the question.
I will. Seeing as Grim has been doing the talking, Grim will make the roll, but I will allow Kelariis' input to be an assist.
Oh well.
Oh,
Okay.
You know, that's way better than I was expecting. Not gonna lie.
See, I think the thing is, these are people. No, these are dragons, not people, so I can actually speak to them.
Great. Fuck's sake.
To be
So
fair, Minnie, you do occasionally nail persuasion checks.
the
True.
white dragon like leans down to examine the pile of food, just like takes one mighty like bite out of all of it and just swallows it down. Like looks at the rest of you for a moment and says, "It is true, since the pretender heirs to the Dragon Crown came here, the hunting grounds have been sparse. Still, I do not think Mother will be as convinced."
Well, that's the thing. Your mother doesn't have any power here.
Like looks at you with a long, hard look.
You're the only, you're her only source of power. Without you, she might as well not exist in this world. In other words, you are the entirety of your mother's power.
He considers this for a moment. So you are suggesting that I usurp her leadership, then? That I take this
Usurping
hunting
is
ground for my own?
Usurping is one way of putting it, but like as you might be able to tell, her ways didn't lead anywhere useful, shall we put it. She may have lived, but otherwise, I wouldn't say her situation is particularly good. Admittedly, that doesn't mean just because you are the entirety of her power doesn't mean that like you are all powerful, of course. But it is something to keep in mind.
The dragon like muses for a few moments and says, "You make an interesting point. As you said before, the realm of Garidian is no more. Perhaps it is time for a change in management."
Oh dear.
Very well. I will grant you your passage. As long as while you escort those pretenders from my terrain, you let them know by whose mercy that is granted.
Hmm.
Well, perhaps you would like to join us in telling you them, telling them that was us tomorrow or in the morning.
You could make your name for yourself with them on your own terms. And they will know that we are not just saying a name.
I like the idea, but how do I know they will not ambush us?
I don't
Well-
think they would dare.
I have seen them before with their fire powder.
Well, the thing you haven't seen is we may have in a series of events have their guard. They are they are trembling as we speak, and they wouldn't dare cross us. We've showed them mercy, and I think I think well, if they don't if they don't uphold whatever we agree to, then I guess there is no place for mercy. And then I mean towards them, not for you're trying your best here.
The dragon lets out like a toothy smile and a small chuckle and just says, "Very well. Then we shall arrange a meeting."
And you will allow them passage, but you will also leave the others who live here alone. Not the animals.
He like looks back at you, Kelariis, and says, "I presume you are referring to the villages on the outskirts, beyond the mountains."
Correct.
Yes, we could ask the villagers not to extend their territory in towards this area.
And
Or that would be reasonable, and I'm pretty sure they'd comply.
They will do you no harm if you do not harm them, and if you do not intimidate them.
whereas attacks and intimidations will result in news of your existence spreading, and, well, there are many who might not tolerate it.
Kelariis, give me a persuasion check this time.
Just a flat one.
For now, yeah.
Nice.
The dragon stretches, just as says, whilst I am hesitant to give up that which was once mine, I think a concession can be made here. But any of their livestock that strays across the border becomes mine, to hunt as I wish.
I guess that is. Yeah, I guess that is a reasonable concession. Wouldn't you guys say?
I think that is fair.
Indeed.
I think Kelariis, isn't happy with the wording of that, but is also that's probably the better solution than him attacking the villages.
Yeah.
Yep. He'll steal livestock that escapes pens. but he won't kill people. So cool, sure.
A little worried about how power hungry he is, but
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
Yeah,
well,
I think like he considers that for a moment and then says, "Then we have an accord. You have my word."
good. But
Can I,
I would-
insight check a dragon?
You can certainly try.
That's a good
Yeah.
point. Let's insight check
I'm
the
going to
dragon.
try. I don't imagine it's going to go particularly well, but
Yeah, can I also try?
You can all try.
I was thinking it, but I'm also like I'm hopeless.
I mean, there's no harm in trying.
That is true.
My insight's like not awful either. Is the issue.
Yeah, look, I got my age.
Congrats.
Not Elizabeth's age. My age.
Okay.
Arya?
Oh yeah, Arya, do you want to do it as well?
Oh yeah. Why not?
Yeah, I feel like most of us
Yeah,
are like
yellow.
very.
Knock it out of the park, Arya.
Yeah, you might get an at 20. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no
There's
more.
always a chance. Oh yeah, shit. I've jinxed it. Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nine.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still pretty good.
Like that's second best, I guess.
Why don't we roll more insight checks? Look at us.
I didn't realize that
Grim's got a minus
Kelariis
one
and
too.
Arya have the
second
same.
best. Sorry. This is the best insight roll. It's not second
no.
best.
No, but like it's 19 versus 20.
Well,
Oh, I see what you. Yeah, with like
Oh,
a
yeah,
just
like
a
you
flat
can roll
dice.
the
roll.
The die
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't realize that
Could've got
Kelariis and
20.
Arya had the same insight.
Yeah, why,
Wow.
why don't
Yeah.
we roll more insight? Grim's got a -1, but Kelariis and Arya have a +7, and Elizabeth has a +9.
Like everybody's
What are we
people,
doing?
Like you're
We
all like
trust
people
too
Well-
much. We're
protectors.
too
and I-
trusting.
Helena had like
Oh,
a
yeah.
+7 many levels ago and just never did it because
Oh
she
my
was super
God.
trusting.
Yeah.
Why did we make a party that's so fucking trusting but can actually do insight? What are we doing?
For the few times where we're not trusting, because
Yeah.
we're talking to a dictator.
Fine.
So Kelariis, well, for Kelariis and Grim, you believe that the dragon is telling the truth, but it leaves you unsettled anyway. You get that lingering sense that like something has been won over you, but you're not sure what. Elizabeth, like the dragon is very satisfied with what it's got, and you get the feeling that like it now realizes that it has been living in its mother's shadow for a very long time, when actually it is the one that has all the power. And the fact that it realizes that is potentially going to be problematic. Arya with a 26. You've heard people bargain this way before, and it uncomfortably reminds you of Titania.
Oh, great. Cool.
Um,
Awesome. Good.
Oh, that's it, guys. We've set up a dictator.
Yeah, like this is a dragon who now realizes that it has clear and ultimate power within its domain, and that it will probably try the boundaries of what it can achieve
Right.
within what you've agreed.
We're gonna have to fucking come back and deal with this later. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
like there's no question about it.
Oh
We're
yeah,
gonna-
we deal with our big bad, and then we're gonna come back and say, "What the fuck are you doing?" Because it's probably going to have done something wrong in that time.
Yeah.
Wow. Really hate it here.
God, I'm actually really worried.
Yeah, me
Yep.
too. We've just unleashed an adolescent asshole dragon onto the world.
You know what this is? This is the fantasy equivalent of Roman Emperor Elagabalus.
Like, and
Just a
honestly,
fucking adolescent with supreme executive power who probably is not mature enough to handle said power and is going to do lots of stupid, potentially tyrannical things.
yeah.
To those of you who know who Emperor Alarkabalis is, well done.
There are just many concerns that I still have that we haven't been, even going close to addressing yet. But it's fine. Well, I
Have
guess
to do for now.
we have an accord then.
We do.
I will admit I am somewhat surprised by this outcome, but not displeased.
I have to admit the same. I had expected that this would come to me trying to kill all of you.
We had a similar expectation.
Consider me pleasantly surprised.
Arya's just gonna add, but don't forget, if you break your promise, we will have to do something about that. And she's gonna try to intimidate this dragon.
Okay.
Oh, Arya, I love you.
How are you attempting to intimidate this dragon?
I mean,
Like, are you doing anything other than just saying intimidating words?
well, I'm gonna say intimidating words, and then,
Slightly draw sword.
I'm gonna have Lyra growl at it, and I'm gonna like slowly just like kind of flash my blade and let the cold frost come out of it.
Okay. Cool. So,
Steamy.
you. Well, I'm hearing myself echoed.
I
Oh,
think it's from Luka.
Oh, yeah.
It's in Luka's mic.
it's in my mic.
Apparently
Yeah.
so. Yeah, well, while you resolve that. Yeah, so, you say these words, Lyra growls, and you draw the blade. Roll me a dice as your campfire is extinguished.
Oh yeah, of course. Roll that intimidation.
Sorry, I was just trying to figure out the audio thing.
Yeah, that's fair. R.I.P. Bonfire. Oh,
Wow.
Okay.
that's not good.
Do I not get advantage?
I don't think you're that scary.
Yeah, like it's not it's enough to give you bonuses, but not advantage. Uh,
Oh no.
And now the dragon attacks.
I-
Roll initiative.
Great.
I think that's like at that moment, like the dragon like looks at you, like the fanged smile that it has had for a while just broadens intensely and says, "Oh, I understand completely."
Oh, what a
Man,
dick.
I advocated so hard for us not killing you, and look where that got me.
He isn't finished
Now
yet.
you want to kill him.
He says, "Oh, I understand that, but you aren't the only one with your little party tricks." And he lets out a bellowing blast at the tree next to him, and basically turns it into an ice sculpture.
I've seen worse. Bring it on, bitch!
Don't say that.
I'm not gonna say it.
I will admit that maybe intimidating it with a frost sword may not have been the best choice.
It
But
was all I had.
Yeah,
Well,
Alright,
Fine.
it's not my fault. My sword's a frost.
yeah, like
I mean,
he
if it-
closes his jaw after unleashing this breath, like looks down at you and just goes, "Oops."
Oh, what a dick.
I
Damn.
want to punch a bitch in the face so
Now
Yeah,
I
fucking
really wanna kill him.
same.
well,
We all want to
before
kill him right now.
before I decide to something they regret, let's agree on a time and a place that we'll arrange the meeting. Would you be willing to come out during the day? Is the real question. Or would you prefer to remain nightbound?
I must hunt for the rest of the evening, but meet me when the sun rises, and we will go.
Excellent. Shall we meet just outside the fortress? Just out of sight? Or would you prefer to, walk from here, or fly? Because there,
I will
So
land a
you-
sufficient distance from the fortress.
excellent. We will, we'll be sure to find you there. Yes. Elizabeth will send the message. Then, well, good luck with your hunt, and then we will we'll see you later.
Yeah, the dragon just wordlessly turns, takes off, and disappears into the night sky.
Well,
You have just created a far bigger problem.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Well-
to deal with this later.
I feel like the
Well-
problem here is that we just have we've unleashed a teenager with too much power.
I think we were aware that we'd have to come back one day, but hey, at least we are aware of that. And as Tallithsyr pointed out while we were still down there, we do have bigger things to worry about right now.
I think, yeah, like, Tallithsyr, turns and says, yeah, that isn't exactly how I saw things going, but we've achieved what we need, at least for now. The village is going to be safe, and we've got passage out of here.
I wonder how much it should think. Oh well, but yeah, we should start heading over if we can. We want to give them a little heads up that we'll be showing up.
Yeah. We don't want to just show up at their door with a dragon walking behind us. At least not without them knowing that we're going to be coming.
Could you not send a message to them as well?
I could.
Yeah, well, we have the rest of the night, and we should probably make use of it.
Yeah, rather than just sitting around here.
Yeah, it's like 11 o'clock by this point.
Like, it'll
I'm,
take us a couple of hours to get back to the fort.
Yes. About
So
2
yeah,
hours.
we might as well head back and tell them, then rest up.
Okay, so you're heading back to the fortress.
Yeah. And yeah, as we travel, I will light my dagger.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard to navigate down a mountain in the dark, but with Arya's help, you can manage it without too much trouble.
Yeah, that's why I lit my. That's why I wanted some lighters for my own.
But yeah, after making your way down, you approach the fortress to find basically the gates closed and the walls manned.
Yeah, as expected.
I guess we'll.
Make our presence known.
Yeah, just just shout to we're here, and then I'll light up my sword.
Okay. So you light up the sword, make a signal, and draw everyone's attention. There is some shuffling about on the wall. Like as you sort of announce your presence, their lights are a number of the lights that are being carried along the wall top are doused. and a couple of moments pass. Longer than you would have expected for somebody to come to the attention.
They must be getting a specific someone.
A few more moments pass, and there is still no reaction from inside the walls.
Well, I guess if nothing happens, Grim will just shout a message, I guess.
Okay.
I guess.
Like, we've come was a message.
I mean, yeah. At this point, can I look up, because I'm guessing that with the fire suddenly dousing, they're like, oh shit, dragon.
Give me a perception check. Not that you can see.
Oh, okay.
Well, I will. Well, like I said,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
start shouting.
call out your message.
Like, well, we've found a peaceful resolution with the dragon. We will be here with the dragon at sunrise, or just after sunrise. Don't. Well, yeah. Don't engage.
Okay.
And then I'll wait for a bit to see if there's any confirmation.
Okay. You wait for a little longer. Doesn't seem to be any response.
Well, anybody? Please confirm that the message has been heard.
Still no response from the walls.
Feeling
Me.
bad. I don't
Yeah.
know what.
Bad vibes.
If you remain unresponsive, we will approach.
That seems like a bad idea.
Would you like me to try sending to, the person we negotiated all of this with in the first place?
I guess that works.
Okay, so you're going to message who? Vadak or the Warlord?
The Warlord, probably.
You're going to message the Warlord, okay.
I mean, seems like the easiest way to get to talk to him.
Okay. What are you messaging the Warlord?
I guess we'll just send him a message saying, we've returned from our encounter with the dragon. And we are. I guess, yeah, we've returned from our encounter to the dragon, and wish to continue our talks.
I think it might be better to go with something along the lines. We will be here in the morning with the dragon. Yeah. With a peaceful resolution, perhaps.
I mean, yeah, okay. We've returned from our encounter with the dragon.
I don't think you need to say it. Just us.
Yeah, true.
Just saying returned. That. We've returned with the dragon because. We'll return with the dragon in the morning.
Okay, yeah, we will. Yeah, okay, we'll return with the dragon to.
In the morning, and.
Yeah, in the morning to speak.
Okay.
Yes.
A moment passes, You receive a message back. You are no ally of ours. We have nothing to negotiate with outsiders.
What the hell?
What?
I guess she'd relay that back to Grim. Is this the same fortress?
Yes. You haven't just turned up at the wrong fortress.
Damn, wrong one, guys.
Shit,
Oh,
wrong address.
Lord.
Our bad.
Back
Send another-
in.
New phone. Who dis?
Like,
Well, something's clearly happened.
well, if just send the message of if the arrangement is off, we'll come in ourselves.
Fuck!
God.
Alright, well, I mean,
Sure.
true, that's what we said yesterday. Or whatever day.
I guess we did say we'd do that.
Elizabeth, can you spare a message to the village?
I'm eating through a lot of spells here, guys.
I mean, if not, then don't. I was asking.
I mean, what did you want to say?
I just
Make
don't
sure
trust
he's
what's
okay.
happening right now. I want to make sure they're all right.
I mean,
How-
How
can't,
far away
then
is the
don't.
village?
How far away is the village? Like half a day's travel.
Fuck.
I was gonna
I
say I
think-
could send Lyra, but she wouldn't get there in time.
Yeah, that's not.
Well, you've been
I
there
can-
you were there like a half a day ago. Like you just before sunset.
Can I? If a spell can't be upcast, can I still use a higher level spell slot? It's just nothing will happen. Nothing
Yeah.
extra happens.
Yeah, you just don't get any
Yeah.
more benefit from it.
You could cast a 9th level message if you wanted
Yeah.
to.
It's
I'm
just
not-
incredibly inefficient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. All of these are the kind of thing I'd only use once anyway, so it's not going to hurt too much if I dip into 4th level spells. So, yeah.
I can't
I guess-
believe. For once, Elizabeth is concerned about spell slots.
I know.
I've
And
finally
this is grim.
achieved it.
Well, the only thing is, I'm only concerned because we're also going to be walking straight into a fort fight.
Well, we're saying we will, like how
Also,
we'll.
you also had me throw 2 messages at Kelariis.
Sorry.
No, hey, that's not aimed at you. Is the problem? Grim was the one who told me to send those messages. Anyway,
Well, they got
So,
us
yeah.
here, or they
Yeah.
got her here.
yeah, they did. So yeah, I think it's we'll send one to the. I'll send one to the. What was his name? The village leader.
Oh, Creve.
Yeah, we'll send one to Creve, asking if they're all right.
Okay. What are you saying? Just
I guess she'd say, things seem to be going south of the fortress. Are you guys all okay?
like a longer moment than you would expect passes before the Creve's voice just comes back and says, "Yes, we are all okay here. What's the matter?"
Shit.
I mean, that's why I wouldn't have led with things are going bad, but you know. it's just-
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
You're not
Say,
obliged to answer him.
no, I know. But yeah, in that case,
Like-
then Elizabeth will deliver Grimm's message to the warlord.
Okay.
Why
Lord
did you give
Vivir.
such a bad spin to it?
Because it's Elizabeth and it's literally her fault.
Okay. So what are you saying to Vivir this time? Oh,
guess this time-
if you aren't gonna
Yeah.
answer us, we're gonna come in.
Yeah, the
The message returns after a short period and just says, "You are no ally of ours. We have nothing to negotiate with outsiders."
What the hell? Okay, what happened since we talked to them?
Oh, unless he's protected. Can you do that? Can you just...
What is it, like a voicemail?
He had some sort of
Something's clearly
magic
happened, but
with him.
unfortunately, the only way we're going to find out what's happened, we go in.
Well, we don't have much of a choice. I mean, if we can't secure a peace deal,
How
Yeah.
far away are we from the wall right now, Ferrous?
You're within shouting distance for Grim, so you're not that far
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
And we are clearly visible.
Yeah.
Like what, 80, 100
Can-
feet?
Can we see? Is there anybody that we can still see on the walls?
Give me a perception check because they have doused the torches.
I mean, the other option is I can always sneak in and take a peek.
Well, I want to try something, but I need to be able to, I think, see. Yeah.
Because
yeah,
I'm wondering if they
perception, that's
got
hot.
contacted by the
Oh.
big army somehow. Like, I don't know.
There are definitely shapes on the wall, Kelariis. It is hard to make out who's up there, but there are definitely figures.
If they're within. Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was gonna say, yeah, but by the way that they are like remaining stationary and not moving, they are definitely like watching you.
Yeah. Would you say they're within 30 feet? And if so, can I try detecting their thoughts? Because I got a thing that I never use.
You are not currently within 30 feet. No.
Shit.
Bear in mind that
How-
they're atop a wall, which is a good distance
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to cast Mage Armor, honestly.
You already have mage armor.
Yeah, you did it
Yeah, from
in
the dragon.
evening.
Oh wait, yeah, no. How long does that last? 16 hours?
8
8.
hours.
Oh, it's 8 hours. Oh, so you do need to cast it again.
I just want to make sure I've got it.
I thought it was
I mean,
lasted longer than that.
No, it's only 8 hours.
Okay, you
I don't
cast it
think we
again.
should just storm in there without knowing what we're going up
Yeah,
against.
I kind of didn't hear what was the response from the from
Exactly the same.
uh,
Your ultimatum got the
It was
exact
the
same
exact
response.
Which
It
is
would-
why Kelariis brought up the idea of him somehow like that was like the only thing he could say.
Well, I wonder if it's more of a situation where Elizabeth, your ring can block messages, correct?
I have to allow them, yeah.
I wonder if there is something similar that allows.
Elizabeth, give me an Arcana check.
I would be weird to have like the ring of auto respond was
I was already-
Okay,
Very
I
I mean, I guess he
voicemail.
could just respond with the same thing, but like, you know.
Elizabeth, your spell did not fail and was not blocked.
Yeah.
Like you reached him and he responded like with the same thing, same tone of voice,
Oh,
but it was definitely his response.
that's creepy.
It's just weird that it was like the same thing.
Yeah, really, something has happened. We have to go in somehow, in some way.
I mean, I'm willing to go in and just like
Well-
take a look around.
how about we we just say what we're gonna do, and if they object, then they'll have to respond. Because if we say we're gonna approach the gate and they don't say no, like yeah, sure they might start shooting, but like how many are there on the wall?
In the darkness with Kelariis' perception check, she didn't see a specific
Oh.
number unless you want to make one.
Well, there were we saw them we saw it in the daylight. There were like a dozen, maybe.
You did. You saw it previously. On the front wall there were like maybe 5 or 6 of them.
Oh, okay, that's even less than I thought.
Half a dozen.
Yeah, the
It
thing
was just
is
the
like
front wall, so.
Yeah,
But
well,
let's say
yeah, because
for-
they are covering the entire perimeter and guys inside. So
the thing is like we can definitely take them. But I don't know like if that's what we want.
Yeah.
Like I'm not worried about them overtaking us or whatever. That is the least of my concerns right now.
you're right about one thing: the negotiations were short.
True.
See, the problem is I don't want to drag the dragon over here and be like, oh well, I guess it didn't work out. like if it's not going to work out, I want to at least figure this out and then be able to message the dragon like, well, I guess you don't have to stop by before he stops by.
Yeah.
Well, do we want to go with the loud approach option? I think it's the way to go. Okay, maybe
I
you.
just don't want to provoke a fight that ends in like the innocent people that are living in there getting hurt, you know? Because we know we have innocents in there, right?
I'm
Yes.
sure we can avoid. I'm sure we can avoid that outcome.
Well, do you? Yeah. Like, well, we don't have to explicitly fight anybody that we don't want to injure.
I can watch where I cast.
We can also try to knock most of them out instead of
Go non-lethal.
Yeah. Admittedly, I will agree that it won't always be easy. It was like a fireball.
Yeah.
I can simply adapt to a more protecting you guys standpoint than a trying to take people out standpoint.
Well, the other thing is, I think it'll be fairly obvious who the trained soldiers are and who the civilians.
Just because
Or
they're
not
trained
that
soldiers doesn't mean they deserve to die necessarily.
Oh,
No.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that it will be even easier to, in that sense, pick out who is, actively coming after us versus those who are hiding.
Yeah.
That is true.
I mean,
But
I guess
I
we can just go the non-lethal route and just
Yeah.
talk.
Well,
We just need to talk to this guy. Like, what the fuck changed?
Yeah, I think I look to Thalithsyr and say, I know that you want to be involved, but I think that considering we're walking into something completely unknown, it may be better if you stay here or head back to the village.
She's gonna take that one.
Honestly, I'm worried about the village. I don't trust what's happening right now.
Yeah, Thalithsyr looks very she's clearly concerned. I think she looks over the fortress, looks back down the path, and she says, "I do want to help. I want to be useful. If you think I'm better off in the village, then that's your call. But I mean, I'm not going to make it there quickly in this darkness."
Yeah. Also, I don't think it's gonna make a big difference. Well, if Sarah goes right now, because by the time she gets there, we're probably gonna we might be done with this, and then you fly over, and then will probably be similar as to when you'd arrive. Just both flew over. And I understand you want to do this for Sarah's safety, but I believe we can keep. I believe she can be an asset. Admittedly, we might want to do something about this initial engage, getting in there.
I don't doubt that she can handle herself. I am also. I think I just trail off, shake my head and look at Thalithsyr and just. It's your choice to make. I'm not going to force you one way or the other, but you're always welcome to come with us. You know that.
If it makes you feel better, Kelariis, I can keep an extra eye on her.
I don't think she's
nothing...
worried about Thalithsyr. I think she's worried about the village.
I think Thalithsyr's response is she tightens her armor straps and says, "I can look after myself."
I know you can. All right then.
Be sure to hold a defensive position whilst we do this, and then, once things go down, you'll know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's find out what the hell's going on.
Let's see. Is there any spells that I can give us to?
Okay. Well,
make the assault
as you prepare to storm the fortress, let's take a brief break.
Okay.